In this video, I'll show you how I created this simple 80s style video game animation using Flash CS6. Using my oval tool, create an oval. I'm going to convert that to symbol pressing F8, just call it dot. Now using the rectangle primitive tool, you can use the rectangle primitive tool to round the edges of a rectangle, which is perfect for this design. I'm just pressing Command and the letter D to duplicate the art, and then reusing the art, which doesn't seem to work right here. So I'll just create a brand new fresh rectangle primitive. Do one around the entire border of the scene. I'm going to create a folder and put a layer inside that folder, and this is where I'm going to place the dots. So what I'm doing now is copying and pasting in place the dots. You can also just option drag, just like this, option drag, just holding the option key and dragging. That also duplicates new instances of the symbol. Option drag, just option drag down, that's the quickest way. And now we have completed what I'm doing now is creating a black solid to go behind everything on a layer. Now selecting the layer with all the dots on them, I'm going to distribute to layers. Command, Shift, and the letter D for distribute to layers. I'm going to label the big dot so that it's really clear what layer that's on. Having all the dot layers in a folder makes it really convenient to collapse them and get them out of my way as I work. We'll come back to the dots in a minute. But first, let's create our hero character. Hiding the dots, I'm going to use the oval primitive tool. Let's choose a color for our character, modify the brightness a bit, and create a graphic symbol of our art, call it hero, and conveniently with the oval primitive tool we can create these sort of shapes which are perfect for our hero character. Using the onion skinning feature, I can see the shapes before and behind the keyframe that I'm on, and I can use that to create in-betweens. And I'm just going to animate the mouth opening and closing straight ahead. And we're done. Clicking back out. Let's give ourselves some frames to work with. Pressing F5 to expand that timeline to 100. And now what I'll do is flip my character, and I'm going to nudge him off the stage and begin to create the animation. Pressing F6 to plant a keyframe on frame 50, and I'll move the character in, creating a classic tween. Now the character is translating across the scene, and what I'll do is have him turn the corner rather abruptly, move on up to consume our big dot. Holding the shift key as I rotate snaps the character to 45 degrees and to 90 degrees. That way I can rotate him a perfect 180. Now pressing F6 to create a keyframe to have him move back off and out of the scene. Now would be a good time to save the file. Done quite a bit of work at this point, I'd hate to lose it. As our character moves into the scene, First of all, I'm going to lock the character layer. And so as the character animates through the scene, and as he hides dots, I'm going to select the dot and press F7 to insert a blank keyframe, effectively deleting the dot from the scene at that moment in time. We'll do this for every dot along his path as he animates through the scene. Finally, covering the big dot, I need to modify his position somewhat to really have him consume that big dot. And just tweaking the keyframes a little bit to get the animation to look better. That's looking pretty decent. Command and the return key renders a flash movie for previewing. And now we're going to create our villain character, the nasty villain that's going to chase our hero through the scene. Holding the Option key, I can create new vector points on a primitive shape like this. Now, using my selection tool and mousing over the edges of the shapes, I'll round them to create the body of our character. Selecting that and pressing F8, I'll create a symbol out of the villain's body. Now, using our oval tool, create some eyes. So now we have our character. I could just tween him across the stage like I did the hero character, but I think it would be better if there was a bit of interest, a bit of movement on the character's body as he's moving through the scene to kind of give it the appearance of walking, almost. I'm going to use shape tweens. I'm going to get some frames for the ghost. You can see the cycle happening inside the body symbol. I'm going to readjust the position of these eyes. And now basically all I need to do is to have the villain character following the animation of the hero, like so. I can make him move faster through the scene by adjusting the position of the keyframes. You may need to watch this next little part a couple of times, because it happens rather quickly. Create a brand new layer, and this is going to be a new instance of the villain character. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste and place the character onto the new layer, right-clicking to drop down the menu and choosing Duplicate Symbol. So now the character on the new layer is a brand new symbol with a brand new name in the library. So I can do whatever I want to with that character and not affect the other instance of the character. It's a brand new instance of the character with a brand new name. So what I'm going to do is modify the art so it looks like the villain's running scared. Dark blue with the yellow to indicate the fear. Emphasize that a little more and create some brows for the character. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to thumbs up, favorite the video, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel so you'll be first to know of new postings. New videos being posted every Friday. Thanks.